You guys remember this exchange? This is between Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. That's how this relationship began. Maybe a little rockier than normal. Let's take a listen to this. A little throwback to the debates.
I'm going to now direct this at Vice President Biden. I do not believe you are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Powerful words. We all kind of remember it as a big moment that was replayed over and over and over again. I was even parodied even on SNL because it was such a moment that people remember and call back to. Even hearing it now, it's still kind of powerful in the moment. But to have that same person say, yeah, I'll be your second in command. I'll be your right-hand man.
Right. Are they going to address this
they have to.
Publicly?
I feel
like they do, because that's like you said, it's a very powerful statement. Also, this was before. Now, the country has been reckoning with racial tensions for a while, but this was before the real ramp up of what's going on in this cultural moment that we're seeing with protests around the country, with calls to defund the police. We'll get into that with Kamala Harris as well. But it's an interesting thing that when you take this moment from a year ago in June of 2019 and fast forward to now, if she said this now, I feel like it could completely derail his campaign. It almost did then.
Yeah, if you want to know the clip they're going to be playing on opposition, it's going to be that clip and showing that this person feels a bit two-faced in that situation, feels a bit like a politician, like a politician's politician. This is the same person, remember, that got kind of went after by a lot of people for imprisoning a lot of people, for putting a lot of people in jail, specifically for minor drug crimes, for marijuana offenses. And now she is pro-legalization, or pro at least.
Well, in her state now, the things that people were jailed for, over 1,500 people, wouldn't have been jailed for now, because the offenses wouldn't necessarily be. Now, we don't know the details of every one of those cases.
Of course not.
But when you look at that, and back to the statement that we just played, but then when you contrast that with also this very specific political moment, especially for the left, calls to defund the police, calls for reform of the entire justice system, saying that the deck is stacked against minority communities, and her entire career as a prosecutor was prosecuting some of these very crimes aggressively that the left is now saying were stacked against the communities that she is now going to go on and represent as the leader of the Democratic VP pick for the Democratic nomination for president.